Hey, what's up YouTube? Slaves to Society here with another video. So, there's been buzz going around YouTube and the internet for last month, some change now, about a memo and advisory warning from FEMA, Department of Homeland Security, that they're urging all citizens to have at least 6 months of preparation, food, water, and essentials to live and survive for 6 months. Now, a lot of videos are posting on this, and for all my people and my subscribers and the people who watch my videos who haven't seen this, I'm putting this up for you guys and for anybody else who hasn't seen it. So, let's get into it. Latest. Okay, surviving a catastrophic power outage and how to strengthen the capabilities of a nation. Alright, let's go. The Presidential's National Infrastructure Advisory Council. What the nation faces. Across the nation, we experience major threats nearly every year. Right? Hurricanes, droughts, flooding, and other serious disasters. Now, folks, first, let me start this off. You must understand that the reason it's no such thing as global warming. We're doing it through chemtrails and HAARP. That's how we have the technology right now to basically control and manipulate the weather. Alright guys? We've been doing this since the 1950s. And I'm pretty sure that 70 years into it, we're highly advanced in this area. So global warming is a farce. Well, they're doing it through chemtrails and through HAARP and through other means. So, alright. For these events, the nation was well-established response process where the federal government serves as a backdrop for the robust efforts of individuals, businesses, communities, and states. Even as severe weather increases, which is done by you guys through HAARP, weather, manipulation, and technology, the nation has steadily improved its abilities to respond, I bet. Because, see, America's the testing grounds, folks. So, I bet they're becoming skilled at dealing with these disasters. I bet they're becoming real skilled at it. Resulting outcomes: improving planning and coordination, hardening infrastructure, and building strong mutual aid agreements. The risk posed by a catastrophic power outage, however, is not simply a bigger, stronger storm. It is something that could paralyze entire regions with grave implications for the nation's economic, social well-being. Alright. The NICAC was tasked to examine the nation's ability to withstand a catastrophic power outage for a magnitude beyond modern experience, folks, exceeding prior events in severity, scale, duration, and consequences. Alright. To better understand power outages we previously experienced. So, this is an ongoing problem. Now, you have to understand that during the Obama years, this was brought up to the Obama administration, and they didn't want to deal with this because at the time, Obama was trying to make the nuclear deal with Iran, and that wouldn't look good because now you wouldn't need a nuclear missile. You would just need something that could get over here. Long-range missile, intercontinental missile strapped with an EMP, and let us destroy ourselves. Alright. Here it is. Individual and community preparedness efforts. Ultimately, all events from small to large disasters are local. This means that those closest to impacted areas are the true first responders during any emergency or disaster, from individuals to families to neighbors and local communities. However, there remains an ongoing myth that the federal government will be able to provide assistance and resources directly after an event to help with response, and this is not always the case. So folks, they might be able to get some spots, right? But they're not going to be able to get all spots, right? Some places they'll be able to respond to first, but not all spots. So we'll go down. State and local governments have a better understanding of the needs of their communities and have established a relationship with owners, operators that will need to be called on following an event. Therefore, a solid capacity at the local and state level to respond to the needs of the people is of the utmost importance. The more communities can do to focus on preparedness before an event occurs, the more likely they are to have to better outcomes following an event. So folks, now we've got the government completely coming open and saying, look folks, we need to be prepared. Y'all need to be prepared. Something could go down and we could be in World War III. There could be a EMP. They could launch an EMP. A sunspot could happen and send out electromagnetic pulse and hit us, hit other countries. Anything could happen, you know? Anything could happen. It's basically saying that, no, this is not no prepper and are you a conspiracy theorist and all the above. No, folks. They're openly saying for everybody to prepare for this. You must understand, I'm not going to put in this video because but go back 2 years ago when Putin ordered 5 million people, vehicles, supplies, food, into underground bunkers.
News alert. Breaking news for you now. Tomorrow, 40 million Russians will be evacuated to bunkers for a nationwide emergency drill. The big question now is, what do they know that we don't know? Now, this is not something you're going to hear on the evening news tonight. 40 million Russians, practically the whole of the Russian nation, is evacuating to bunkers tomorrow. According to Stefan Stanford at All News Pipeline, he reported, quote, the recent story from Pravda tells us that Moscow, Russia, which has a population of about 11 million, is now prepared for a possible nuclear attack upon their country. Now, the whole population of Russia is about 143 million. Now, they state that they have enough underground bomb shelters in Moscow for the entire Russian capital, which basically tells us that 100% of the city's population will be able to be protected as a result of new approaches to civil defense. We're also told that their bunkers are completely maintained, stocked, and ready to go should they be needed due to a, quote, man-made or emergency nuclear attack. Now, the official release from Emercom Russia declares, quote, the Emergencies Ministry of Russia is going to organize an all-Russian civil defense drill from the 4th of October through the 7th of October of this year. They state in this release, more than 40 million people, more than 200,000 specialists of rescue and recovery units, as well as 50,000 units of equipment are going to be involved in executing the drill. My friends, this is a massive, massive undertaking. I mean, I have never seen anything like that ever take place in the United States on that scale. 40 million people, that's civilians, will be going underground into bunkers in Moscow. 200,000 specialists, 50,000 units of equipment. That means like trucks and hardware will be rolled into this massive exercise. They say evacuation, issuing of personal protection equipment, deployment of sanitation stations. All those individuals will be trained. They said additionally, all protective equipment will be brought up to readiness spec.
Of a paralyzing power outage in the form of an all-out cyber attack on the nation's electrical grid.
Who are the potential perpetrators here? Who do we have to fear the most? Is it Russia, China, Iran, terrorists, individual actors?
All those. The interesting thing, Chip, is the ones who are most capable are the ones least likely to do it.
There are some experts who say they're already in.
Oh, they are in.
They are in.
There is no question about it.
They're into our grid.
They are already in the grid. I was told that by the former chief scientist of NSA. He stated categorically the Russians are in, the Chinese are in. The Iranians may be on the verge of getting in. And then at the bottom of the capability scale are folks like ISIS.
It's the sky. The New York City skyline lights up electric blue, causing chaos and confusion. It was a mystery mired with mania.
We weren't sure what happened, and I'm still shaking. I'm looking for environmental engineer, and I can't find one, not even one in the area.
All I saw was blue, and then my lights flickered at home. So then when I went out, I saw from my back window, and I just saw like blue fire.
It was spectacular. You could see it from the precinct, and the precinct is probably about a half-mile away. You felt it in your chest, all the explosions.
It emanated from an electrical power plant in Astoria, Queens.
The generator exploded.
People nearby heard an explosion and lost power.
I go up on the roof, me and him, and all we see right here is big cloud, everything.
Boom, and one boom, and then boom, 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 like one after another. And then I said to my husband, we are being attacked. This is a terrorist attack. All my neighbors start to run, just run.
Like an alien attack. A spokesperson for Con Edison says the plant caught fire.